going to start with priming. Bait. Usually just go this straight in. Just a little bit of reducer because of the kind of paint that is. This is how I make sure I got a good spray. It's alright. Just a little tad bit more reducer, but the reducer sometimes just works. It seems like clear. Yeah, blown out a lot of airbrush cleaner real quick, just to make sure that color's kind of completely out. And then I actually want to try and go just straight. The other side doesn't look too good. If you can see what I'm saying, instead it's pretty light and patchy and sludgy. I think since I haven't been out here for a while, it's because let's see. Reducer, just a couple drops, not all. And then I just use the backflow by pressing my finger on that, and then it pushes the air back in and makes this so we don't have to get a little squeezed in. I'm going to try and use the paint scheme as clickbait. That way I can get some views and maybe some subscribers. All done with the light. All right. Let's see, coolest fish to paint for crankbaits. How to paint custom. Okay. It looks like some bluegills. Looks like some cool detailed 10 best custom lure paint job images on Pinterest. Let's see, images. Well, that one's kind of cool. It's like a matte shad with gold belly. Do that in a heartbeat. No. Let's see, best selling best. It's not gonna be in the video. Okay, looks like the sexy shad. It seems like shads are the best, seemingly. So why don't we do a sexy shad with an overlay? Yeah, let's do a. There's one with a little bit of foil underneath. That's kind of cool, but I don't have any foil. Let's do like a super bright sexy shad, and then make the colors blend a little bit better. Let's do that. What kind of yellow do I have? Get some wicked yellow, almost fluorescent, that'll work. Okay. See, I kind of like that one, looks like it's gonna glow. Okay, sexy shad it is. Okay. I'm actually going to come over and drill that out with a 1/4 inch Forstner bit for the eyes. I kind of forgot to do that, but before I get too far along and then have to drill it out when the paint job's done, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. This is the only time I get the feeling of like loading a gun. That's it. Needed to get this drill because the chuck on this is too big. Okay, perfect. Put it in the hole. Hope I don't mess it up. Doesn't need to be very deep. So there's the one side. Just a smidge. I think that's actually good enough. All right. We're in business. Time to choose colors. Okay. So I've got a transparent here. I've got a color shift kind of thing. See how it's gold on the bottom, but the actual paint itself is blue. And then when you mix it up, it's a little bit kind of, all that gold gets into that bottle a little bit. So let's go with this crazy super duper yellow pearlized white. Let's do some silver scales. And we might mix a little bit of pearlized white in that too, just to lighten it up a smidge. Pretty cool, huh? That's cool, right? Glitter crud in here. Make sure you get that kind of stuff off too, because that stuff just likes to get dry and crusty and land in there when you're about to go. Oh Jesus. So we'll go that. It just bubbles. Wait, am I using? I think I am. That's a waste, because I think I was using airbrush cleaner instead of the reducer. Yeah, we love. Okay, Jesus, what is this? Just, nope, that's not what I was just using. Just 3 or 4 drops to get the belly on. Hopefully I'm not getting any splatters, but that's the color right there. So. A little bit of a shimmer on the belly. Or just a smidge under the nose. Okay, I think that's gonna be alright. A little smidgen of reducer in there, and then we don't have a big one. I think my tip's getting clogged. So if your tip's getting clogged, just on your airbrush, take this off. Check right there. It's main, but make sure you pull back on the trigger, because that needle will disappear. you don't want to get caught sticking your finger on the needle. So Mom always used to tell me. All right, all right. Okay, I think we're doing better. And I'm sure we're plugged in already. Somewhat. There we go, somebody did something. So now we're getting super shiny. So we blew all that paint out. Later on, we'll tighten it up with a little bit of this, shooting from the bottom, just to get this line a little bit tighter. Lighter to darker, that way you don't have to clean out. This stuff seems pretty thin. Just a little bit. So for this, let's turn our pressure down. And just a little bit more reducer because we're at such a low pressure. I don't have the pressure to push it through the nozzle. So, but now it's super watery, so you just got to be careful with how far you pull back the trigger. So let's figure out where we're gonna have a lateral line. Should I make a little stencil for it? Guess I can always make a little stencil. Spray it on. Go over it with gray. So something like that I think would be alright. Bring it down just a notch. So I think that looks pretty decent. Is that close? I think we're getting there. So we went down just a smidge on the tail. And then up and past the head. So just gotta match both sides. Let's get the dry. Okay, I just cleaned out, blow dried it. We're dry on both sides now. As good as we're gonna get, I suppose. Next thing we're gonna do is, since we've already used this, I'm not gonna do the tiger stripes or anything yet. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start throwing some transparent on. So we'll go ahead and mix her up real good. Actually, I don't think I've ever even used this. Let's see. Yeah, I guess. Unless the lid is right there. Actually, I think that's the lid. So I don't actually know if I've used this. I don't remember. Can't remember. Look up here to see. But yeah, this is a super fun project. It was pretty neat. I want to make another one of those here in the near future. But I have something else in mind that kind of revolves around that stuff right here, where I technically have already made one. But my fourth cast, it snapped my line in a very attainable spot, but wasn't allowed to go get it, so I lost it forever. Any Hoosier, let's go ahead and add some paint. We'll go a couple drops here and there. Since it's transparent, we're going to go a little bit, and then we're going to go a lot of it. Oh my god, I'm just like messing up my stuff. Hopefully it's water soluble. Anyway, I'm running about 50 psi. Right, normally. But for this, we'll bring it back down, just like I did for the for this part. I dropped it down to 20 psi. So for this, I'm just gonna lightly hit the top like this, so that it kind of cascades down and over. So kind of like this. Just super light. It's got a very smooth transition, and then it's even turning it a little bit green because kids, blue and yellow. Blue and yellow make green. Ta-da! So let's go like this. We'll hit it from this side now. Same thing from the top angle like this. Barely squeezing the trigger. That's looking okay-ish. Let's go back over this side a little bit. We got a good blend, yeah, looks okay. Looks okay, it's a little splotchy, so we're gonna try to clean that up. And definitely wasn't a fail, looks really good. Cool, so we're getting there. I've only got a little bit left, so I'm gonna go ahead and just blow it out real here. Okay, we're done. Next color. Should really just wear this on my shorts because I'm ruining them. My wife just got them for me. But if I didn't do that, it wouldn't be the normal fashion that I normally do. So let's go right here on the nose. And maybe on the nose I'll come back with some like fluorescent orange or something right here at the mouth. I think that might look okay. So let's just hit it from the top. Make sure we got spray. We've got spray, so kind of like how that fades into the white. Make sure it's mixed up, make sure I don't have any boogers. Got boogers, so I gotta clean it out again. One day I will figure out how not to get boogers. I think we all right. That's a good shimmer of hope right there. Okay. Okay, so I've got this kind of grayish, I got 3 parts gray drops to 1 part black, but both of them are pearlized. It just makes the gray a little bit darker. I'm going to throw that on the very top, just a little bit, just to give it a little bit more blend transition, but there is just a little bit of white also that I don't want to hide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and just blow over it probably twice, depending if my deal gets clogged up or not. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an overlay. Which one of these I might consider. So this one would give me some good blotchy black areas, and then I have the choice to go smaller and keep most of the color and just do highlights of black, or this one's kind of a middle of the pack. I can do that. Let's say middle. Let's go middle. I think that'll be a good idea. So we're going to go ahead and do this, but the reason I also mix this up because around the eyeballs, and I'm also going to need to make a shad dot as well, and for that we'll use my stencils that I have. Just wanted it to be super light. About to do the bottom flank again. Black turned out on top. It'll show up really good with the clear coat too. So right here I'm just gonna hit it lightly. So we've got our paint for our shad dot. I'm gonna kill the pressure here. Welcome back, folks. Took a little break. My GoPro is getting too hot. My garage is typically, or should I say my baiting shop is it gets warm. It's only about 9:30 or 9 in the morning, something like that. I haven't checked. So we got a little caca again. It's been sitting here for a minute, so pull back. Grab that. Choose your fingernail, it's fine. you know, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. And you just throw it back on there. Anyway, so it's about 9 o'clock. GoPro's getting hot. Shooting at 4K. I'm trying to make good videos and good quality for everybody. And so what ends up happening is these sacrifices that I make, they make the GoPro super hot. So with that being said, I had to call it a minute, if you will. Good. I want to get a center of gravity so it doesn't fall over. Anyway, so I think that'll be just fine for getting a good angle on that. So I'm just going to go straight off the lip, or yeah, the lip, and come over yonder and spray it. So that looks like a good dark dot. Looks good. What the finished bait looks like. Very strong. So if you accidentally, quote unquote, line this up on the shore or the bank and you lip breaking. So stay. Let me get my stand down. So I have the epoxy mixed in here. This is my first time doing epoxy clear coat. What better thing to do than to put it on YouTube for all of you friends out there to see. So it makes it really good. This epoxy will be set in about 30 minutes. So then we're going to brush it on the bait, which is up yonder.